Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is boy Sam from Art of Trading here, and today we'll be looking into Shiba Inu. Yes, that's crypto once again. We're going to be talking about Shiba Inu's price action and where it could go, and I'll give my price prediction of where I can see Shiba Inu by the end of this year. In addition, we're going to look at recent news that's happened within Shiba Inu, and we're also going to be looking at future price action and also future investors who may be looking to get involved, some celebrities who may get involved within Shiba Inu. With that being said, if you haven't already, please remember to slap that like button and subscribe for new. It really helps the channel out, and we're currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so if you all can help us get there, it'll be very, very much appreciated. With that being said, let's get on with the video. Before we get into today's video, I just want to say I'm in no way, shape or form a financial advisor, and please take anything I say with a pinch of salt. I'm simply a university student studying business and management, and that is all. Stocks are battlefields. Be sure to do your own research, your own due diligence for entering into the battlefield. I can only scout the battlefield for you, however, I cannot fight the battle for you. With that being said, let's move on. So today we are going to start off with the news of Shiba Inu and what sort of catalyst we potentially could see in the future that may actually result in Shiba Inu hitting that glorious 1 cent, potentially even $1 mark. I mean, at the moment I'm saying 1 cent, but you know, the actual growth of this coin could be absolutely massive if they maintain the burning program that they currently have and accelerating that burning program to reduce the supply, because if that happens, then this coin could see very, very new heights quite quickly. Now, looking into the recent news, and this was sort of what this is a website. It's called Milkshake. It's on Twitter, so it's Shiba Inu Art, and they give all the up-to-date sort of news about Shiba Inu, and you know, massive shout out to them. Thank you so much for bringing us this glorious information to the channel, and also to us viewers as well who want to learn more about the benefits of Shiba Inu when it comes out. So as it says, Venezuela has onboarded Shiba token on 20 plus active commercial businesses as confirmed form of payment. Why is this massive, you may ask? This is huge because it's showing the commercialization of Shiba Inu and it actually entering into relevant markets. They are going into actual established businesses and are now going to be used as a form of payment, which is what crypto needs at the end of the day. They need a use, and the fact that it's going to be within the shops, it's only going to raise the value because now they can actually, you know, take payments with Shiba Inu token. So it's a massive step in the right direction. And if this starts, you know, breaking into America, the UK, all of these big countries that have a lot of capital and are rich behind them, it's going to really excel it. Now, Venezuela itself has quite a weak economy. So the fact that SHIB is actually taking on the online payments in Venezuela, it shows that, you know, Venezuela's economy it's not sort of on the up, right? Venezuela is known as a fairly, you know, poor country, right? So that's why SHIB token is probably quite valuable to that country, because their form of currency isn't that valuable at the moment, right? But you never know, that could always change. And you know, that's not a dig at Venezuela. It's just sort of how the economy is at the moment. So yeah, they are currently operating across 20 businesses in Venezuela. Absolutely massive news from a commercial standpoint, and it is only going up from there. So obviously the other day, some news that we did report on already, but it is very, very relevant in, you know, the catalyst behind Shiba Inu potentially reaching those high levels, is Coinbase announced that on their Twitter page that SHIB, CHZ and Keep are now available in the regions where trading is supported. Traders cannot place orders and no orders will be filed. Trading will begin on at 9 a.m. Pacific time, so I believe that's sort of around now, actually, or when I'm recording this video. It should almost be up there now, and you know, that is a great step in the right direction for Shiba Inu. It shows that these big sort of crypto brokerages are actually acknowledging the fact that SHIB has this army behind them. It has a lot of catalysts, and why, you know, it has a very, very good support structure to push those higher levels and be able to, you know, maintain those liquidity conditions, which is absolutely fantastic news, right? After seeing some pictures of the ShibaSwap exchange, it's clear that ShibaSwap is going to have a very, very good GUI. It looks very, very good and very, very easy to use for users, which is always fantastic when you think about, you know, having that easy user GUI when actually using these platforms, really. So, you know, them having their own sort of exchange is going to really propel Shiba Inu token, because, you know, it's going to be one of the main forms on this brokerage site of trading, and, you know, it's going to really propel this sort of idea of Shiba Inu potentially hitting that 1 cent mark. You know, there's a lot of positives, a lot of catalysts which could really push Shiba Inu to that next level. And, you know, the fact that Shiba Inu actually, you know, is still at a very, it's not even that high yet, you know, considering we are still in the early stages of Shiba Inu, right? We are seeing some amazing stuff coming to light very, very quickly, considering, you know, other cryptocurrencies who have been on the exchange for years haven't seen anything like this. You know, ShibaSwap is going to be something very, very big for SHIB, and I predict that it will see massive, massive returns for anyone who is investing at the moment. I mean, I think that potentially we could even see, you know, returns of between, you know, 3,000% to up to 20,000%. We've seen it before. We could very, very easily see that again, and potentially even higher again, right? There is no sort of cap of where Shiba Inu can go. Fundamentally, Shiba Inu is actually becoming more sound, and I was reading more into it after my last video, and seeing the way they are burning coins as fast as they are and lowering that supply, and they already have that massive demand there. The SHIB army is strong and forever growing. So, you know, all of the catalysts suggest that this could be the next sort of big boomer, like booming sort of crypto to invest in at the moment. I mean, ShibaSwap is actually announced, well, it's going to be announced sort of within the summer of 2021. So it can get announced at any point. I imagine they'll give us some notice, probably around 2 weeks. They'll give us some even more updates about an official release date for this exchange. But it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. And when that is announced, what it's going to do to the price action. So, you know, considering SHIB is currently trading at such a low price right now, and, you know, the fact that it's actually in a dip because of Bitcoin coming down as well, I can't see many negatives of SHIB currently. And, you know, I think that with the backing it has behind it, you know, I am predicting that SHIB could potentially hit a cent within the next 2 years. That is my prediction. It could even come before that, but that is going to be my prediction. There's a lot of catalysts that suggest that could happen. And, you know, I think that we are very, very bullish on SHIB currently. Now we're going to get onto the graphical analysis. Okay, so looking at the Fibonacci retracement, as you can see, we are currently trying to edge this resistance at the 0.000000724 mark, right? So we are currently trying to break out of this resistance. As you can see, we are almost breaking out of this. I mean, it's currently just a slightly bullish flag. I mean, you see this ascending level of support. I know it's not like the full picture because it is like only, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points of support, but it's in a very short succession, obviously on a 1 hour graph. So, you know, this is pretty much just a daily chart, but it does go back here. You sort of see here, this is a pretty strong resistance structure. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 touch points of resistance. So that is a very, very strong resistance. Not as much support, granted, but this is a pretty good indicator of the sort of price action we are going to see in the upcoming, you know, the upcoming trading day, really. So, you know, what I think could happen is we could actually see a breakout today. I think we will break out, potentially sit at the 0.000724 mark and create a support structure and consolidate at that level. We have the buying power behind us to be able to hold it, but it's also going to depend on other, you know, bigger cryptocurrencies like obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum. Right, so we're going to have to ensure that we can sustain that level with the buying power that we have behind it, but you're going to need some catalysts essentially to keep it up at that price. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because once these catalysts, which I mentioned at the start of the video, start being implemented, Shiba is going to take off. Like, I don't think there's any two ways about it. It's going to be an absolutely massive stock. It's going to have absolutely massive returns. And in my opinion, I can only see upside potential for this token. You know, I may be wrong, but you know, this is everything that I have available to me, the facts that I have available. That is my conclusion. Shiba Inu is a buy, and I think it is going to see some very, very lucrative rewards in the future. So that is it from me today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've all enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next video on the channel. Take care, everyone.